Hello friends and welcome. When it comes to good quality beauty products, I think we'd all agree that steeper price points don't always equal higher quality formulas. Of course, this wasn't always the case, but in the last few years especially, drugstore products have really upped their game, and we're definitely the beneficiaries of that trend. While celebrity makeup artists with A-list clients are often expected to have very expensive makeup products in their kits, they will often share some of the drugstore products they use that perform just as well, if not better, than higher priced versions of the same product. So I thought it might be fun today to find out which drugstore products are the go-to products celebrity makeup artists always keep in their makeup kits, and also share those products with you. And although we know that just about any makeup product will work on 20 and 30-year-old skin, the question is, will these same drugstore products work on our more mature skin? So that's exactly the question we're going to answer today. Before we give these celebrity makeup artist recommended drugstore products a test on my very mature skin, I want to welcome those of you who are first-time visitors to this channel, and also welcome back those of you who are already friends. And I also want to share with you a comment that I received recently on one of my videos that just cracked me up, and which also relates to the mission of this channel. The comment was, "My grandmother's mantra was, even an old barn looks better with a fresh coat of paint." She went on to say that it's a rare day that she doesn't at least apply some eye and brow makeup as well as tinted moisturizer, because it definitely makes her feel more energized. Well, as a makeup artist who specializes in helping those of us over 50 get our glow back, I've been so blessed over the years to see the look of joy and, frankly, sometimes amazement on the faces of so many women when they look in the mirror for the first time after I've done their makeup. So that's why I absolutely love sharing on this channel the makeup tips, techniques, and products that can really help those of us over 50 look and feel our absolute best. And we occasionally also make forays into the world of fashion and wellness as well. So if the focus of this channel sounds like it's right up your alley, I do hope you'll subscribe before you leave today. So now, on to exploring some of the drugstore makeup products that have gained the stamp of approval from some really outstanding celebrity makeup artists. One of the drugstore makeup brands that really shines when it comes to eyebrows is NYX. A number of celebrity makeup artists swear that their NYX Micro Brow Pencil is an absolute dupe for the much higher priced ABH Brow Wiz Pencil, since the tiniest brow strokes can be created with this NYX pencil. As you can see, it has a very tiny point. And of course, it also has a spoolie on the other end. It also comes in 12 colors, including gray. Now, this is really a big deal because it's so important to find a good match for our brow color. And frankly, many drugstore eyebrow pencils simply don't come in nearly as many different colors as this NYX pencil. I like to first fill in my brows with brow powder, which I've already done, and then I like to softly outline my upper and lower brow lines and add a few additional brow strokes with an eyebrow pencil. So let's go ahead and give this NYX pencil a try. I have the shade Ash Brown. So I'm just going to go on the outer edge and then just fill in some other areas. Well, there's absolutely no question in my mind that this pencil works just as well as far more expensive eyebrow pencils. Another brow product from NYX that's often mentioned by celebrity makeup artists is their Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. Now, I have to say that I've tried most of the brow pens on the market at all different price points, and this NYX product, in my opinion, outshines them all. As you can see, it has an extremely fine tip, which works so well. And it is always important to shake it well before use. The tip is really just the right size to draw very thin brow hairs, and it also comes in 10 colors, including a gray black, so it's pretty easy to find a match for our brow color. Now, let's move on to our eyes. I've already applied eye primer, so I'm first going to use a celebrity makeup artist recommended bronzer in the crease of my eyes. It's one of Physicians Formula's butter bronzers. These bronzers are described by celebrity makeup artists as silky feeling bronzers which melt into the skin. However, if you're not a fan of fragrance, these definitely won't be the right product for you because frankly they smell like a day at the beach. Normally I'm not a big fan of fragrance in makeup, but I do love the scent of these bronzers. I have this huge collection of Physician Formula products, which is called the Ultimate Murumuru Butter Collection. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I hope so. It contains 58 products for $39.99. There are eyeshadows, blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and lipsticks, and I have to say it's a pretty darn awesome collection, which came out several years ago at the holiday season. It looks like this collection is out of stock on the Physicians Formula website right now, but I have seen it available on Amazon. And if it looks appealing to you, I just want to let you know that I've included a link in the description box below to this collection as well as links to all the products I'll be talking about today. Just tap on the word more under the video to access the description box. And there's also in the description box a section which indicates which products I'm using today are not cruelty-free. So here's this rather amazing collection. And on the back they have all the names of the different products. These are the bronzers and eyeshadows. Next to the bronzers are highlighters, and then there's a mirror, which is not open right now. Here are the lipsticks, the blushes, and all the eyeshadows. And this is the shade I'm going to use in my crease. Bronzers work beautifully as crease products, and you can use cream bronzers or powder bronzers. They work equally well. And I'm going to make just a tiny bit deeper with the deeper color right below the one that I was using first. And I wish there were also a way that you could smell what these bronzers smell like. The fragrance is amazing. I really love it. And I'm going to go up a little bit higher toward my brow with what's left over. And as you can see, they just glide on beautifully. Then I always like to pull back a little bit and make sure the product looks even on my eyes. I think we're pretty good. On my eyelids, I'm going to use another celebrity makeup artist recommended product. It's a one-and-done cream eyeshadow from Maybelline. It's their Color Tattoo cream eyeshadow in the shade Front Runner. It also comes in 9 other shades, and what celebrity makeup artists love about it is not only the beautiful colors, but also the fact that it lasts all day. And I'm just going to use my finger to apply it. You can certainly use a brush. And as you can see, this is a metallic color, but I think it gives a beautiful soft glow to the lids. However, I must say that it does emphasize the texture on my eyelids, which is usually not something I really want to emphasize, but let's see. It certainly is a beautiful color, but I might probably want to stick with something that's more matte, at least over most of my eyelid. This might work beautifully just to have it in the center of my eyelid. Another drugstore cream eyeshadow I've heard glowing comments about from celebrity makeup artists is Revlon's Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow, which comes in 18 shades, including a matte black and brown. And I might want to just stick with a matte color. I'm going to go ahead and complete my eye look by doing my eyeliner and mascara off camera, and I'll be right back. Now let's move on to some highly recommended face products. I have to say I'm a little nervous about the first face product because I'm a little concerned that it just won't have enough coverage for me, but let's go ahead and give it a go. It's L'Oreal's 4-in-1 Tinted Balm from their Age Perfect line. This Age Perfect line was actually specifically designed for those of us over 50. This product comes in 7 shades and it's described on the L'Oreal website as a lightweight foundation with a firming serum that has 4 unique benefits. 1, it firms over time. 2, it smooths lines. 3, it conceals imperfections. And 4, it evens out skin tone. The description goes on to say that it has the benefits of a skincare balm plus the coverage of a foundation, and it melts into the skin to even and smooth the complexion. I originally purchased the shade Light, which is my usual foundation shade, but it looked way too dark for me. So I returned it and I got the second lightest shade called Fair 20, which has a pink undertone. The lightest shade, Fair 10, has a yellow undertone. The L'Oreal website does not indicate the undertone of the balm, which is why it's always a really good idea to read reviews of the product, and which I should have done before I made my original purchase. The website does say that for best results, apply with fingers. Now, that is definitely not my preferred way to apply face makeup, but I will give it a whirl. In fact, even as a kid, I didn't like playing in a sandbox or finger painting because I really didn't like getting my hands dirty. It doesn't look nearly as dark when I'm applying it as it looks in the jar. Here's what it looks like in the jar. And I do have to say, I think this is going to be a pretty good match. It does feel really lightweight and creamy. Okay, now we'll do some mixing here, see what we think. Well, this is really an interesting product. It's unlike anything I've really tried. I have some other cream foundations. It's definitely more lightweight than those are, which is a good thing. And let me see if I can build this up a little bit because this is the area where I need more coverage. Not sure if it's really building this up much, but I'll be able to see better when I actually do my editing. Well, I have to say I'm a lot more impressed than I thought I'd be, but it will be interesting to see how this wears over time. Next up is concealer, and the two standouts for makeup artists in this category are e.l.f.'s Flawless Brightening Concealer and Catrice's True Skin Concealer. The e.l.f. product has vitamin C, which brightens the skin, and hyaluronic acid. It also comes in 18 shades, and I have 2 of them. Fair, which has a cool undertone, and Light, which has a neutral undertone. One thing I have to say that I really love about the e.l.f. website is that you can filter down the concealer and foundation shades by not only skin tone, but also by skin undertone, which really makes it so much easier to find the right shade. I have the shade Cashmere, which is 10 Cool in the Catrice concealer. The Catrice concealer is waterproof, lightweight, has hyaluronic acid, and is good for normal to dry skin. I'm going to use the lightest e.l.f. shade Fair under my eyes after applying a corrector, and the Catrice concealer on other areas of my face. So first, a little bit of under eye corrector. I'm using the one from Becca, which is one of my favorites. This is a peach tone, which does the most good in correcting some of those blue-purple lines. And then I'm just going to pat that in with my fingers. And this is what the e.l.f. concealer looks like. It's one of those pens that clicks out the product. So I think there's a, oh, no. Okay, hopefully a couple, oh, I guess we have to click a little bit more. Not sure how well that clicking process is working. It seemed to be working initially, but I'm not getting out much product now. This may be just a defective one. I'm going to take the other one in the shade Light and see if that works any better. Wow, I am literally not getting any product out after all these clicks. Well, who knows? I might like this product if I could actually try it. Finally, I'm getting a little bit of product coming out, but boy, it sure took a lot of clicks to start it off. This is a little bit darker shade that actually blends into my skin tone pretty well. Taking just a little bit of Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Creamy Natural and pressing it over the corrector and the concealer. This will hopefully keep it from creasing. And by the way, this is the Rimmel powder, and the puff I used is one from Beauty Blender. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to just powder my T-zone. And I'm also going to powder the area where I'm going to be using some powder contour shortly. And that's so the powder contour will go on a little bit more easily over the foundation, which was a cream. And then I'm tapping on the Catrice concealer over my age spots. This is just a little bit too dark, and I don't think they had a lighter shade with a cool undertone, unfortunately. But I do like the coverage it provides. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula bronzer that I used earlier as my eyeshadow as my contour. And apply a little bit under my jawline. And I'm using this fluffier setting brush actually to get a lighter application. And just going to tone it down a little bit. Whoops. I'm going to lose my brush is what I'm first going to do. And tone it down just a little bit in this area. I have two blushes that are considered standouts by celebrity makeup artists. Flower Beauty's Blush Balm in Bubbly, which I've loved for years, and Milani's Baked Powder Blush in Dolce Pink, which is a shimmer formula and which I've never tried before. The Flower Beauty Gel Blush creates a beautiful glow from within look. And as most of you know who watch this channel, I'm a big fan of cream and liquid blushes and highlighters for those of us with dry, mature skin. So it will be interesting for me to see how this Milani Baked Powder product works. Since baked powder products do start out their life as cream products, and then are slowly poured onto terracotta tiles in Tuscany, Italy, and baked until they're dry, I do have some high hopes that this product will look natural on my skin. And I also have high hopes for it because some descriptions of it by celebrity makeup artists indicate that it's both blendable and buildable, and that it has really excellent color payoff with a soft iridescent glow. I'll apply the Flower Beauty Gel Blush on one side and the Milani Baked Powder Blush on the other side. And here are both of the blush products. I've always loved the color of this Flower Beauty blush. It's such a beautiful cool tone pink. And as you can see, it just melts into the skin. I will always have this at the top of my list of favorite blushes. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know if the color is showing up all that well with all these lights, but it really is beautiful. And you just can't make a mistake applying it. And now let's try the Milani product. It's actually a pretty similar color to the Flower Beauty product. But I have to say that on my mature skin, it just feels drying to me, as pretty as the color is. And this side with the Flower Beauty blush doesn't feel the least bit drying. So though the Milani blush is a beautiful color, I don't think I'd wear it on its own, but it could work beautifully as a powder blush over a cream or a liquid blush to give it longer wearing time. And I don't know if you can see this all that well, but it looks a little bit splotchy along here. And that's the thing about powder blush. On dry skin, it can sometimes come across that way. Whereas liquid or cream blush on this side, you don't see that kind of end result. By the way, the Milani blush and the Flower Beauty Blush Balm both come in 7 other colors. Well, next is highlight. I have 2 drugstore highlighters that are top makeup artist picks. And frankly, I don't think either of them will surprise you in the least. One is a recent cult favorite, e.l.f.'s Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and the other is a long-time oldie but goodie, L'Oreal's Lumi Glotion. I have the shade 2 in the e.l.f. product, and there are 7 other shades in that line. In the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, I have the shade Fair, and it also comes in light, medium, and deep. And some people really love to use the deep shade as an all-over bronzer color, which can look really beautiful. Both of these products hydrate and illuminate the skin for an all-over natural-looking glow. The L'Oreal Lumi Glotion is infused with glycerin and shea butter, and the e.l.f. Halo Glow Filter has squalane and hyaluronic acid. Both can be worn 4 different ways: alone, or over or under makeup, mixed with foundation, or as a highlighter over makeup. I'm sure most of you will recognize these 2 products. I'm going to put the Lumi Glotion on this side. And I'll build it up just a little bit more so you can see it a little bit better. That just blends in and applies so easily. And the e.l.f. Halo Glow comes with this large doe foot applicator. So let's see if we really notice any difference between these two sides. Here is the Lumi Glotion, and here is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Filter. Now I did put a little bit more of this on, so that may make a difference. The gloss I'm going to be wearing over my lipstick is also a longtime cult favorite from NYX. It's their Butter Gloss, and I have the shade Meringue. Let me go ahead and swatch it for you. Here's the packaging, and here's the color. It's a beautiful, sort of neutral, I would say, medium pink. Celebrity makeup artists love the fact that this gloss has great pigment, it's hydrating, it comes in 30 different shades, has high shine, but it also doesn't feel sticky. I've already applied my Catrice concealer over the edge of my lips, and now I'm going to apply my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner in Splendid Plum, followed by my Wet n Wild lipsticks in the shades Retro Pink and Fuchsia with Blue Pearl. And then the gloss. This is the Wet n Wild Retro Pink shade, and I'm going to add a little bit deeper shade over it. And that last shade was Wet n Wild's Fuchsia with Blue Pearl. And now for the gloss. So this is my final look. And here are my thoughts on how these products worked on my mature skin. First of all, the NYX Eyebrow Pencil, oh my goodness, absolutely a fantastic product. And we certainly don't need to spend a lot of money on high-end eyebrow pencils when we have a product like this one. This definitely is a dupe for the ABH Brow Wiz. The Maybelline Color Tattoo Cream Gel Eyeshadow is beautiful. All the colors are beautiful, but frankly, it only comes in shades that have this metallic or shimmer look to them. That is not something I like to wear over my entire eyelid, but can look nice on areas where I have less texture, which is in the middle of my eyelid. I think I'd love to use it as a special accent color just in the center of my eyelid. However, it does glide on beautifully, and it does say that it's long lasting. Of course, I don't know if that's the case since I haven't had a chance to test that, but I would recommend it, certainly if you like a one-and-done eyeshadow look, and especially if you love a metallic look. The Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer really deserves its longtime cult status. It is a beautiful formula. It glides on so many lovely colors to choose from. It absolutely is a win. Now, this next product is the one that surprised me the most, far beyond what I expected in a good way. The L'Oreal 4-in-1 Age Perfect Tinted Face Balm. It really does have a nice lightweight texture. It has coverage. It's not, I wouldn't say medium coverage, but it is slightly buildable. But I really do love the way it evened out my skin tone, and it feels incredibly lightweight on the skin. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't know about how long wearing it is, unfortunately. I still have to test that. But as I look at this product on my skin, I'm really very pleasantly surprised. Well, I don't quite know what to say about the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. I think it will probably work very well if I could actually get the clicker to work on one of the products. It certainly did have a brightening effect, but until I can really experiment with it more, I really can't give any more information on this one. I absolutely love the Catrice True Skin Foundation, so I did have my hopes up very high for the concealer, and it did not disappoint. It's really nice coverage. It's not quite the right shade for me, and I do wish there were more choices in the color tone arena, but it works beautifully for coverage. The e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter is absolutely a top-notch product, and it does give quite a bit more glow than the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, so it really depends on what you're looking for. On days where you want a little more glow, the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter probably would be the best choice between the two. But the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion has a really soft, lovely focus finish. I really love both of these products. The Flower Beauty Blush Balm Color Drops. This is an outstanding product. As I mentioned earlier, it's on my list of top favorite blushes. I can't recommend it enough. It just melts into the skin. It's mistake-proof. beautiful color choices. It just ticks off all the boxes for blush. The Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink is a beautiful color, and if you have oily skin or combination skin, it might work extremely well for you. When I put it on, I immediately felt a drying sensation, and I did moisturize extremely well before the video today. So it's not something I would use directly as a blush, but I might use it as a blush over a liquid or a cream blush. And I really did love the NYX Butter Gloss. Some glosses feel really flimsy and they're difficult to get enough product on the applicator. This has a really nice doe foot applicator. The gloss feels thick, but not in a bad way. It applies easily, but it feels substantial on the lips. And it also has a lovely shine. And I love the fact that there are 30 shades from which to choose. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And I'd love to know if any of these drugstore products are favorites of yours. And by the way, if you happen to have a friend or relative who might also enjoy the videos on this channel, I would so appreciate it if you'd let them know about this channel and what we do on this channel. Until next Thursday, I wish you good health and happiness, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.